So we're good. We're actually live. If they come up with chats, good morning everybody, or good evening wherever you're at. This is Bill. I'm here with Brent and Mike Merlino. Um, with Kaboom slash Green Goblins. Y'all been seeing his geogrids popping up green all the damn time. On his Facebook and everywhere else, you'd be pushing that shit. So I'm having them on today just to talk about GMB. If y'all have questions, drop them in the comments below. If I see them pop up, I will obviously let everybody know. Make sure you give StreamYard access to your Facebook so your posts can be, or your comments can be put over here on the side and we'll see them. But yeah, I mean, so what you guys up to?
Yeah, we're doing some client work, kind of really heavy all of a sudden. It just we got a nice little blessing, and then turned that into some good client work. But comes from all of the GMB work that we've shown throughout. Mostly with your group, we talked about Viper and some other CTR stuff. So I don't know how many of your group would know that Mike and myself put a company together. It's called CTR Geeks. So there's a Facebook page, and we're just starting it up. So we hope to promote that a little bit and getting ready to do a CTR course, manipulation course.
Have you started an actual Facebook group too?
Yeah. The group is started.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
make sure to send me an invite to that CTR Geeks, right?
Yeah, CTR Geeks.
Let me go in there real quick.
We'll start to, drop our stuff in there versus, we'll both still have our pages, but we'll drop stuff in there and hopefully people ask questions and we can help them out. But as far as, what I'd like to talk about, I know we're kind of just with the three of us, but anyone that's using any of the tools for CTR, I'm getting a lot of questions on my Facebook about why it's not working for them. And we started doing a lot of audits. So we have an audit service. We're doing a lot of audits, go in to look at the audits, and people are running traffic to keywords that their website doesn't have, or pages their website doesn't have. And, maybe that, and that's kind of driven us to where we're going to put this course together. And it's going to be based on what the site should look like to support the GMB. You can do a GMB without a site. There's lots of people that do it, but way more work. Put a site together, drive those things together, and make them mirror each other. Yep. And when they mirror each other, then there's a better population and better chance of ranking it for the keyword you're after, especially if you're not going really.
We tried to deal with that in the boot camp, and then but it's even with GMB, no matter how many times you tell people, they're going to have the same question. Why isn't it working? It's like, I tell them it's between the keyboard and the chair. It's not because it's not working. I even did what with Chase the other day, and I said, I went through step by step. I said, Google Search Console. What are your numbers? Well, that's okay. Overall numbers? No, I've said it repetitively. It's like, what's your desktop numbers? What's your mobile numbers? What type of device are they on? What is a keyword in there? How many visits are you? You can't just go, I want to send 100 visits. It's on little by little by little by little. It's not like, and if you're not ranking for it, from what you've told me before too, it's like, you don't put it in there, get it ranking for that term first.
Yeah, like top 100. So, it doesn't have to be top 100.
Yeah, just recognize it.
It's got to recognize. It's got to be indexed before. I don't know. Maybe just because we've been doing it for a while, it makes sense to me. But if I sent a whole bunch of traffic from a ballet studio to a martial arts, it's not gonna rank.
It's not gonna rank. It's not gonna stick. It may even start fluctuating, then it'll disappear. That's why I've said before, I don't understand certain people's methods of, if you will, come in. I know Michael's been dabbling in this, I think, but the whole phone thing, I don't really get the concept, mainly because if you're going to do CTR and you come into, for instance, into a city, and I'm going to have devices and I'm going to send CTR to it. Well, CTR, from what I know, is like, it has to stick. And if it doesn't stick, and you just all of a sudden leave, it's not going to stick, and then it's going to drop.
Yep.
So unless you're doing some other tactics like using maybe CTR booster or the Vipers or stuff, it's, I've never understood it, but I saw Michael, he did that.
Yeah, I posted that
a
up
picture with some fucking phones, and I was like,
yeah,
you kidding me, bro? I'm gonna have to come back to the United States and pimp slap somebody.
that was an organic test, some organic stuff. It really was. It's still over there going on too.
It definitely works. I know the mobile devices works, but for me, it's like, am I going to live in that damn city and do? Yeah. I know, like, some people are crazy enough to drive from here to there just to test that shit. But
I've been meaning to test that. I'm just too lazy to hotspot and
see. That's the problem. You can't be lazy to do that shit.
Yeah, that's a lot of work, bro.
But you know what? The people that did do that are the ones that are giving us all of the ability to use the tools that are now available to make this stuff work.
Correct.
Like, it's one thing to try some stuff and get some success and then start to talk on these shows and try to help people. But man, there's some people that were pioneers doing some stuff.
Yeah, that's what I like. I mean, overall, I may not quote unquote agree with certain processes, but the thing is, I know that they're crazy enough to test some shit, and that's why I like them for one. But it's just like, is what it is. But they test, and then I like the fact that a lot of them, it's like they test stuff, but some of them will talk about SEO and they just don't test nothing. It's like I was just telling you about Go High Level. It's like, I'm gonna test it, see if I can get it ranked, because everybody, you can't rank it. It's terrible for SEO. It's this, it's that. It's like, okay, we'll see. Yeah. I mean, you can rank a Wix site, and you can rank Shopify. You can rank any of those sites. Mm-hmm. It's a matter of how much effort you want to put into it.
Yep, for sure.
Another thing to touch on something you guys said earlier is I've noticed coupled with conversations with people saying, hello, Valerie.
Hi, Valerie.
People asking for help with keywords, right, that are not pulling a map pack. Can't send CTR to your GMB if the keyword don't pull a map pack, and Google's always updating. So sometimes something that used to pull a map pack might not next week, and you might not know why your CTR is not working. So like Brent said, what I've noticed with the audits and with having discussions with people is a lot of the basics are being overlooked. You know what I mean? And like, to give a boxing metaphor, you don't want to start trying to box throwing uppercuts and hooks, because boy, when you get in there, you're gonna get lit up with a bunch of jabs and straights, and you ain't never gonna have a chance to throw a hook or uppercut. So it sounds cliche, but like, your on page needs to be tight, your keyword research in relation with your categories and your services and or products, right? It needs to all correlate, and that needs to all be tight, like a silo would be, right? Except it's not on page, it's completely on the GMB and how you build, your GMB website, your GMB post. But it all starts with using the right keywords, right? That's gonna pull a map pack. Yeah. So it's simple thing like that, but that shocked me, because I had like maybe 2 or 3 different people show me keywords like that, and I'm like,
one of the things that we're doing, like your traditional, if you will, advanced G stack has, it's very advanced, but no one's tried, for instance, I don't think no one's tried it yet, taking one of my websites where I have my neighborhood and location pages and putting that in the map stack. So I'm actually doing that with some of ours now, just to see what happens. Because right now, like, we got in the map stacks we're doing, we have probably 700-800 keywords, all hyperlinked to the various pages, all that crap. So,
and then are you linking the location page to the stack, or are you putting the page on the stack?
It's putting the page on the stack and then linking it back to the money site.
Kind of like mirroring it and then embedding.
And I want to see what happens with that, because I know the map stack is good already, but especially when it's advanced like this, like mirroring. And so you get that question all the time. It's like, I got one yesterday. So what should I start with? A technical SEO audit, paid. Then after that, fix it. And then after that, have you done citations? Have you done basic on-page SEO? Have you done interlinking? Have you done siloing? Have you done, I can go through the whole list. And then finally, I tell people schema, maybe 3-4 months down the road, but most people soon, not schema, but CTR, most of the time they immediately want to go, hey, I want to order CTR.
Nah, yeah, that's the
problem.
problem.
Let me look at everything first, and then I'll generally tell you probably shouldn't be doing it. Hey, Lopez.
Hello. And when you first start CTR, right, you don't want to just start CTR with just keywords and going crazy, especially on a new GMB, right? Yep. You got to warm it up, man. You got to send branded traffic slowly, then branded plus keyword, keyword plus branded, right? So I've been telling everybody, which I picked up from Brent, I probably twisted up the metaphor though, but CTR is not a fix-all or a magic pill, right? It's the fucking cherry on top of the pie. Like you have to do everything else, and then the CTR is what beautifies and puts it all together and makes it a final green grid. You feel what I'm saying? To further what you were saying, Will, I don't want to say, I don't know exactly how advanced my G stacks are, right? Because we've been doing it for a while. And then my VAs, I've given them like free reign to get creative, and they get creative. So currently, we mirror what's on the website, right? Service page, that's kind of like not nothing new. On top of that, I embed website, GMB website, the Pearl trees, the GMB posts are embedded. They're also RSS feeded in. Local weather is RSS fed in. Posts. I think we even started testing some local relevant news, right, on the main part of it. So it's like now the G site is constantly getting new content, and then I'm constantly sending traffic with the way I was showing you last time, Will, with the link gopher, where you grab all the links on the page and choose what you want, blacklist the rest, so you know where you're sending the traffic. And that's been helping. That's been helping a lot. Also, super ninja trick, right? If you keep updating your schema that's on the Google site with your updated Google or aggravated reviews throughout the internet, you'll update your Google, you'll update your reviews from your knowledge panel on the Google, and you can also make other profiles pop up there that you've probably never seen, including niche review sites, right, that are not that popular. Like, in other words, bro, I've gotten review sites to pop up that no one in my niche shows it in their knowledge panel.
So, hey, Alvin. Alvin says, with all these embedded JavaScript codes, I think you guys don't care much about page speed or bounce rates.
Oh, I disagree. I disagree.
No, you're just talking about it's basics. That's just basic.
Yeah, sorry if we're skipping it, but bounce rate is, man, it's everything.
Yeah, if you have a bunch of traffic and they just hit there and leave, it's like when you're setting up your, if you will, the Hydra Vipers and stuff. I put in 2 minutes, at least 2 minutes of dwell time, and dwell time is how long is someone staying on the website. Another reason why, maybe you probably do the same thing. Good way to do CTR is you take the video, take the YouTube Viper, and then you can also take that YouTube video, embed it on a page. Why? Because people will sit there and watch a fucking video, and that creates a longer dwell time. The longer the dwell time, the lower the bounce rate. Yeah. So it's just basic type stuff.
Yeah, and then we're going back to SEO. It's like that's not that, in my mind, that's not a CTR thing at all.
It's not. It's just typical SEO. It's like start with the basics.
And to answer Vin specifically, like I recently just went to this where I always had an embed and I was trying to bring my site speed a little bit faster, right? So I took the embed out and put an image of the GMB map, the old school trick, right? And yeah, I gained a little bit of site speed, but my GMB started doing things I didn't like, so I put it back. So to me, what's more important? My rankings. I don't want a slow loading site, but I'll take a 2-second loading site that ranks over a 0.5 second shit that's stuck at 6 or 7. That makes sense.
That's an incredible point, right? So here we are talking. Everybody wants AA on GT metrics and wants to do it, but at the end of the day, we're reverse engineering the GMBs, the websites. If everybody in your top 3 are a D, all you have to be is a B, right? Yeah. So if you're losing rankings, you want the best possible that you can. Depending on your niche and where you are. If you got 250,000 people and 2 plumbers, I mean, you're probably not going to be too worried about site speed to an extent, right? As long as it's not, and you will see that immediately because your bounce rate, as soon as your site speed gets slow, then your bounce rate goes through the roof, right?
Yep.
When you're at 75%, like 25% of your people that hit your website are going to a second page, that's all bad.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like one of the other questions I've been getting a lot is the vital core. And is that going to be as effective on quote unquote rankings? Are we going to see massive drops? Because you have, just like everybody else, you got doom and gloom. It's the Armageddon. You're going to see zombie apocalypse coming out of this shit. And, someone that was ranking is going to be, dead. And the other people that are actually concentrating on this and got like ultra high speed A's, they're going to all of a sudden be in the top. And for me, Terry Samuels said it best, I think, the other day. And Terry, someone I listen to quite often and I like and have conversations with. One of the things he said is, it was one of his comments because someone had said something about it. He said, it is not, nor has it ever been a ranking factor. It is a ranking filter. Meaning, for example, if you have a non-mobile friendly website and you have been on, you look like your site's been built from the 90s. And when this ranking update happens, you're going to be affected. But just because you're not at a freaking A, don't think you're going to drop. Because as long as you already have a, if you will, mobile friendly website and you got nothing major going on, you should be fine. But don't go in there and look like you have a crappy butt website. It's not mobile friendly. You can't read text and you're having to squeeze everything on your phone just to get it to blow up. Then you're going to be affected. But for the most part, you shouldn't. Then on top of it, if you really want to hit the core, from what I've seen most of the time, you have to have a lot of these guys that go, we need to code out the website and build it from scratch. Don't use website builders and don't use WordPress and don't use, Elementor or Oxygen even. And then, I understand why they're doing that. A lot of times they do that because they want you to be relying solely on them. And then you have to pay them to do the edits because they try to teach them that, hey, unless they do the edits, it could screw up your vital cores and everything else. I've worked on sites where it's really hard just to get them in the B range, much less an A, but it's like, how much time am I going to put on that? Is it going to be effective? Is it going to make my site rank better if I do some, this or make it a little bit slower? For me, I also, even with testing, I don't go just by the Google test and go, hey, is it an A or is it slow? Because a lot of times I can say slow, and then I'll take a phone in real time and go, okay, is it fast or not?
Yeah, I think that people are getting those core updates and all of this stuff is based on speed, but it also has to do with a lot of other things. Are your call to actions, are they clear? Are they big? I think William, you made a great point about having to pinch your screen to make it fit on different devices. Like, it's overall user experience. So is it easy to navigate around? Are you 5 pages deep? It's all of those things encompassing not just page speed, but I know we've kind of really gotten the weeds over this question, but I would say not to let any of those things go and make everything the best you can, and then base it on the competitors that are in the top 3 on organic or on GMB. That's your guide. Google's already told you what they want. There's, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be a coder. I'm not that smart, guys. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not coding any sites. I'll tell you that. But I can drag and drop stuff. I kind of figured that out.
Yep. And then I've had people, for instance, that actually code their sites. I don't want to give away too much, but actually code their sites come to me. And I know the people. They're coder, PHP, JavaScript, all that shit. Site's fast as shit. And ranks like garbage. Then I've had sites where slow as dirt. And they're number 1, 2, and 3. So, it's a matter of your priorities, I guess.
Well, it goes up to who you're against, right?
Yeah, competition.
Merlino. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna just say one simple thing. I mean, again, basics, but why not, right? Like if you don't have mobile, I always use the acronyms. Mobile, click to call to actions, right? CTC, CTAs, right? You gotta have more. It has to follow the user. You can't make it hard for especially if you're talking GMB, lead gen, client work, right? Truth be told, unless you're into affiliates or a niche where somebody's really gonna read a website before they call or ask for a quote, are you fucking kidding me, bro? They want to get there and they want to call somebody, and the bigger and brighter and easier you make it, the quicker you get a conversion. And I don't know nothing about conversion rate optimization, and I don't do none of that, bro. I make the phone ring, right? And I'll tell you this: about 6 years ago, I started with the mobile click to call, where as soon as they scroll, it's real big, the whole bottom of the fucking screen, the phone rings. It's like simple. You turn that feature off, the phone stops ringing, right? Or you get more form fills. I don't want form fills. I want the phone to ring. I want you live now.
Did you guys, to your point, did you see, I wish I would have wrote it down, but anyway, someone just did a case study not too long ago, and their whole site, other than the keywords and the LSI keywords on their site, they did it in Latin.
Oh yeah, with Kyle Roof when he ranked the site like that. Yeah. That was a crazy.
So, I mean, that shows you right there, right? There's case studies out there that that can show you that we're maybe overthinking things.
Yeah, most people overthink things. That's why I tell people. Annie, you've heard me say I'm not very smart, and I've had some SEOs tell me, "Say I think you're probably the smartest SEO I've ever met besides myself." I was like, "Really?" And I'm like, I actually think I'm pretty dumb.
Will. I was telling Brent earlier, I was like, yo, bro, this is a little overwhelming because some of these dudes that we talking to in my circle, right, that I've never really had these conversations with, but now we're having them. I'm like, these dudes, like, I joke around and say rocket engineer smart, engineer smart. I don't know. It's a lot of engineers I know. It's crazy.
Like Rob Neal. He's a fucking engineer and biochemist and all this other crazy ass shit.
Yes, sir. So it's
like
biochemist. Yep. Like I fundamentally understand what you're saying, but I'm not trying to go there.
Math. Yeah. I'm like, I passed algebra with like a D- in fucking summer school. So, but now. Put me, what got me good in math is like put me in front of a poker table. I become a fucking mad scientist. I'm like, how many people in the pot? 4 people in the pot. How many bets were there? Percentages? How much my all that shit. So
all of a sudden, math is good, right?
Easy peasy. But
Will, I have something to ask real fast. Also to say, you said about embed, something that I didn't capture for a while, and then it hit me a couple years ago is. Embedding a video and then sending traffic to that video is different than sending traffic to YouTube directly to the video.
Correct.
Sending traffic to a GMB directly is way different than embedding a GMB onto a Tumblr or somewhere and then sending traffic there. Please understand the difference and please make sure you do both.
Yeah.
Very important.
Agree.
That's one of the reasons why I like the Viper, where you can choose the Tumblr, you could choose the YouTube, you could choose the spreadsheet, you could choose the site. And I told him, I said, a lot of y'all, when I've done it, I said, y'all just doing this one little link up here. And I said, I try to go, do you got Yelp? Do you got Tumblr? Do you, every one of them, fill as many of those son of bitches up as possible. You know, so
one at a time, one campaign at a time, though. But yes, you want to fill that, you know, you use all those options up. Absolutely.
And then when Mike came out with that freaking Skynet, I talked to my partners. I said, y'all want to buy this? And they weren't answering me. I went, fuck it, I'm buying this thing because y'all are going to wait too long and then somebody's going to buy it. And sure enough, one other person bought it. And that's why I told him, said, nope, I'm buying it. So got some more questions here. If the phone doesn't ring, then whatever else you have on the site doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, so I have to follow this up with this because this is new to me as of this year. Right. Because, guys, I'm a business owner and then I've learned how to do SEO for myself. Right. And now getting clients and stuff. But my point is this. I was always obsessed with just what am I ranking for this specific set of keywords. Right. Which was specifically, and I've been doing this for years now, keyword plus geo. Geo plus keyword, right? Then keyword 2 plus geo, geo plus keyword 2. Took a while before I even cared about the variations with the state abbreviation and the keyword in and all that, right? So my point is this. Now, and bro, I used to spend, I'm not lying to you, an hour to 2 hours a day looking at all the different GMBs and websites I have and the rankings, right? And then I stopped very recently and all I look at is my call reel. How many unique callers did I get yesterday? And then I sit there and I spend 10 minutes looking at each GMB to see which ones are picking up, what tests are working. And do I go look at a specific keyword or my VA's tracking? Of course, I have every rank tracker, right? But do I spend my time looking in there? Once a week when I'm looking to post on Facebook for the geo grids that JP and us do.
No, I mean the only reason that I mean, because I'm doing it in mass, I really don't. I tell people all the time, it's like, for instance, as an SEO, my job is to get you ranked, right? And hear me out. I'm not saying my job is not to make the phone ring, which is what most people are going to take this as. But my job is to get you ranked. Now, and I tell people this all the time, I can take your site and get it ranked. But if your hook, your story, and your offer is no good, that fucking phone ain't going to ring. You know, so my job personally necessarily is not to make your hook, story, and offer up. Now, if you want to hire me to do your hook, story, offer, I could make that happen. But there are times where we'll get clients specifically. It's like we're ranked number 1, 2, 3, and their phone's still not ringing. You got the sticky menu, got the phone number up there, big fucking bright red, whatever, green. Scroll down, they still follows them, and still phones aren't ringing. But that's because of your hook, your story, your offer. If you ain't got a good offer or something to grab their attention, why should, like this, out of all the plumbers, why should I use you? What's different about you that ain't different about Johnny over here that's also in the 3-pack? You know, what's going to grab their attention about it?
You know, also to follow that up, Will, if it's okay, is, you know, reviews, right? Like sometimes business owners don't really understand how critically important a bad review can be, right? And let it be 2 or 3 in a week without any 5 stars to fluff it out. That shit could cause a huge hold on calls, right? And with that, what I've been telling people, because we've been dealing with some of this, is use that to leave a very lengthy response, right? And hit every fucking LSI keyword you get, right? Like use conversion AI to take care of the professionalism. If you don't have it in, or the business owner don't have, like me personally, I was going to respond to a bad review, right?
He's like, I am not professional enough.
Right? I was about to send and I said, wait a minute, what am I doing? Oh my God. And I signed into Conversion AI and came up with a professional little thing and then put PS and then put my little fucking sarcastic wise ass
Jarvis responded
to make it look human, right? But my point is, I went from just leaving a typical business owner protecting his business response, right, with like 3 sentences, no keywords, and just showing no professionalism, nothing that another customer is going to say, wow, he handled that right, right? The AI tool did, and then I still got to defend my business because it was a bullshit review, right? So,
Yeah.
So that
always make a good out of any bad you can is what I would say.
Yeah.
I feel you, Mike. I know you want to get that jab in there, but if you look at the grand scheme of things and you write it out and you put the keywords and you use the person's name and you run that stuff into a bunch of content, which is the right thing to do, and somewhere in there you can say that we have this process, quality confirmation process, and it's a 6 point or 5 points, and this is it. So now you're telling the next customer that reads it that you have something in place, and then right underneath it you say, we will go back and talk to the technician that talked to you, and we will go through our process to make sure where we failed, and we'll use it as a learning process. Thank you very much. And that tells the next client that you're not only going to make mistakes, because we all are, but you're going to do whatever it takes to fix it. So you get keyword density, you get content, and you get the feel of a new one. I think negative reviews are better for your GMB than the fluffy five stars that say nothing.
Yeah, matter of fact, there was a study that came out, and basically it said in so many words that if a customer comes to your GMB and they only see 5-star reviews, they actually don't trust you.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense to me. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So I usually say respond the way he says is respond lengthy, but the same thing is like, for instance, in your GMB with your description of your business. Most people put a sentence, 2 sentences, a paragraph.
Oh man, bro.
You can put 750 characters in there.
And you should know that by heart. Yep, 750 characters. That's what I told somebody on a consulting call the other day. I said, bro,
I went into the other day.
Competitive niche, right? I'm not gonna reveal the super competitive niche. GMB
Locksmith.
Description, not even more competitive than that. I'll leave it at that.
Personal injury attorney.
I look inside the GMB description, right? And I'm like, bro, you got one sentence in there with no keywords, no geo, no like. Yep. I feel like throwing the pen, throw the joint at them. Like, what are you doing? Like, simple, the basics.
The other day I did that, and they were like, they had 2 sentences, I think, and I went there and said, let me go into Jarvis, because I use Jarvis, and I type in everything. I literally typed in took those 2 sentences that made it 750. Then I go to, for instance, I'll show y'all this. Y'all know this. It's like, and I've went over this before. If you go into, you can't write anymore on Jarvis. Where do you get your ideas from to write some more? Like, I gotta fix my screen here real quick. But I go to Google. Same thing I do with freaking my location pages and getting information from my location pages. I do the same thing.
Oh snap! I think he might have
shot. We just lost him.
It looked like he disappeared, but we're still on the air, it seems.
Oh, that's good.
I guess he'll come back.
Yeah, so that being said, I would love to see his computer. He pulls stuff up so fast. He must be the most organized guy.
I'm back. I do the same thing with my, like when you're writing on Google or you're writing with Jarvis and you're like, okay, I'm done with, let's say, 700 words or 200 words for my description, and I don't know how to write anymore. I go, for instance, let's say plumber in Colorado emergency, right? And I'll show you the screener. Colorado emergency, some shit like that. Because a lot of people don't know how to come up with ideas, and then people also search for, you'll get
You're not showing the screen yet. I don't know if you know.
No,
that.
not yet.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
I'm just trying. That's why I'm losing y'all earlier.
Brent said he wants to see your computer because you must be ridiculously organized. How quick you find things all the time.
Oh, I am. Right now my scrape box is running as well because I'm doing that GMB shit. So I ain't closing that down.
You ain't got a VPS for that? Come on, what
I do things dirty. Black hat shit.
Oh my god. Yo,
I'm
this guy's
serious.
crazy.
I'm serious. I could show you right now. I'm scraping.
No, don't show me
No,
nothing.
no.
Don't show
Thir-
nothing, Will. Don't show nothing, bro.
I'm scraping 13,000 different domains right now. Just plug them all.
I don't know what kind of show you're running here.
No, so like this, if I looked up plumber in Colorado, I'm trying to write about plumbing. I mean, we could go to, let's go to this guy right here, or let's go to someone out of the top 3. Let's go down to here and B&L plumbing, right? Description. Do we even have one? Oh yeah, we got 2 paragraphs worth, right? You know, where I could go back to here. And then obviously look at this. You got, do plumbers have to be licensed in Colorado? How many plumbing companies are in Colorado? Can I plumb my own house in Colorado? Do plumbers charge for estimates? You know, these are all questions people are actually looking for that Google's telling you when someone's looking for plumber Colorado. Let's do plumber in Colorado. You know, and then you have plumbers near me, different questions people are asking, and that's how I figure out certain things. You know, it's like the same thing with location pages, things to do near me, you know, things to do in Colorado, things to do Colorado. Besides smoke weed, bro. All this shit. All of it. I mean, it's like Google gives you everything people are looking for on a silver platter, and most people just ignore it.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to, quote unquote, you know, think about those things. But those are all things I think about. It's like, that's why I say when I talk about reverse engineering shit, it's just, I go, why are they in the top 3? This is how my brain thinks. Why are they in the top 3? What are they doing different than everybody else? I got 20 damn categories. Why this dude only got 2? You know, and
Maybe we have 2.
yeah, I mean, it's just depends on certain things, and it's like that's how I look at things. So
I think that there's a lot to that, right? I think that a lot of people have overdone it. Everything's a pendulum. Doesn't matter what you are. Right? You start with something at some pendulum, not enough, and then you swing it way too far. And when you come back to the middle, you're actually finding the right thing. So the group here, don't like take those things and find out what they're doing. How many words? You know, there's lots of tools out there now to do it, but find out what they're doing and just do that much and a little more. Mike always kills me with the same thing. He's like, we got rocket launchers, but let's not use them if we don't need them. And he's exactly right. Why throw everything you know at every site when you only need half of what you know?
yeah, that's generally what I say, because I tell them, say, you know, think of it this way.
I got that. I think I got that from you.
Yeah, I told them, says CTR is a bazooka or a Gatling gun.
Mm-hmm.
I said most people want to break out with a Gatling gun when all I need is a damn 45.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't necessarily, you know, I use it as a last resort. And I tell people all the time, most of the geogrids you see me doing have no CTR done to them whatsoever. You know, except for basic, like actual, nothing using like software or anything like that. It's like me just going, okay, doing a 301 redirect from a form or a redirect in general. But
it's certainly got its place, right? You can, you want to make sure you use it to, what was that? It's out.
They're asking. I'll show them. I want to show them this trick. Did I show you? I didn't show you all this trick.
Yeah. You showed me
Rainer.
that. I was just about to say, before Alvin just asked that, I was about to say a couple things, but yeah, I won't even say it. Just show them what you showed me the other day for the Q&As. And to answer in short, though, no, you want to get fake Gmail accounts, right? Doesn't have to be local guides, and ask the questions. So you're controlling the content, and then you answer from your dashboard. So you want to get, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 Gmail accounts. I would do 5 a month.
So here's one for you. And we've went over this in my GMB course. That's what I'm saying. People always ask. It's Alvin, how would you populate the GMB Q&A? Is best to wait for users or local guides? Hell to the no. I do it myself. And here's how we're going to do it ourselves. So let's say, for instance, Alvin, I don't know what industry you're in, but let's say electrical issues. I go to Quora and I type in electrical issue, right? Quora's going to tell me all these different things, all these questions. And this is one of the things Chase goes over in his course or his class with the elites that we're going over and setting up with the automation and shit. And this is why I'd say if y'all are sleeping on it, you need to get into the damn course or into the elite group, because these are things you're going to learn how to automate and shit. But so we went to core, we type an electrical issue. You know, it could be, you know, household electrical issue. You could type in, let's go household electrical issue. Before I want to do this for my residential page, using to come up with Q&As. So here's all these questions. I scroll all the way down. Then I come up top, and I have this little extension up here called Simply Scraper. And I go scrape this site. I hit plus sign for add property, and I choose the question. It selects every question. Then I hit view. Then I hit the check mark up here. Then I hit view results, and it just scraped every one of those. If I download it into a CSV, all those questions are right here. So I now can post, if you will, these as into the GMB. I use one specific GMB or Google account that's aged, preferably. Go in, and I don't even think it necessarily needs to be aged, but you go in there and post a question, go in from another account and answer it. You know, you can actually do this inside a local Viking as well, posting Q&As and shit like that. And this is another area where people just don't optimize their GMB. Same thing with them not using products, not using services, just basic shit. This ain't even CTR. It's just basic, you know, you haven't done anything. How many products you got, you know? But that's a really cool track that Chase goes over. And then we get into automation, how to set that up with Integramat and everything. And that's just on some whole nother level type of shit, you know? And
so I've been scraping Quora. I was letting you know when you showed me that, which is so much better than the tool I have. And using that, and then I have my boy Lloyd's tool, the Q&A scraper for Google, right? Which is some. Yep. I don't know. Have you seen that one, William? Because that I was
using that. I was using that for the longest time, and then I stopped using it.
And it gives you a file with the schema if you want to use that schema and stuff. So anyway, my point is, to further what you said, there's a lot of different tools that'll give you, or you can manually find what people ask, what people are asking on Google, on Quora, right? You can use Surfer, Phrase, Market Muse, check AppSumo. There's one up there now. It's Lifetime. All of these tools, you don't have to use them all. You use what you use or do it manually, right? But the point is, like Will said, is Google tells you what they want. Like you put in your search term as the user, and it's gonna tell you what they like. Plain as day, bro.
It tells you what they're looking for.
Take that content and put it on your shit, right? And make sure that you are an entity, so you don't just look like a domain just pasting a bunch of stuff here and there. You got to make yourself stand out, right? Google's all about entities. If you haven't picked that up yet, huge.
I had a client the other day ask me, says, "I'm not ranking for, let's say, something near me." It's like, well, you don't even have a page on here or no content about near me. You have nothing about near me. You have everything else about everything else, and everything else you're ranking for. So you need a page for that. You got to have a page for it, header for that, you know, content for it, links to it, everything. Let's see what else we got going on here. Another question for Mr. VR, whoever it is. It's Alvin. Do a quick GMB audit on some random listing. Pick out 3 things wrong with it. Oh, that's easy.
Yeah,
that's real easy.
Pretty sure.
That's not even a challenge.
You're not even have to break out. Just break it.
He has a spreadsheet. I'm waiting on him to drop that spreadsheet. I've been waiting on him for like 2 weeks. I told him, said, you know, dude, come on. And he said he's actually having they're going to come out with it, but he's not publishing on the web till, you know, he gets proper authority and copyrights and some other stuff, and which I understand because I know how SEO industry is. So let's see here. All right. Oh, here's one. I mean, it's this is wonderful. So share screen. Share screen. Let's go over here. We picked out plumber in Colorado again. So, which you're going to find interesting. You got Mr. Roto-Rooter being beat by Bullseye Plumbing. So I would want to know what the hell this guy's doing to beat Roto-Rooter. Or no, this is it's not Mr. It's Mr. Roto-Rooter, not Roto-Rooter. I'm about to say they're beating Roto-Rooter. Roto-Rooter does dirty tactics. So, but let's randomly. Okay, Rooter Town Plumbing.
Mr. Rooter's got a couple of fake GMPs there. I like that guy.
Mr. Rooter. Yep. Mr. Rooter.
Yep.
Rooter Town. Roto-Rooter Plumbing. So in this one, you look at, okay, let's pick out some random things. All right. Well, he's not responding to his reviews. That's one. And y'all know I got Plepper on here showing me all this shit. So
right there, number 2, he ain't hitting the Q&As.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
you got no go, bro.
Right,
you got one Q&A right here. That's it.
And didn't even answer
it.
Terrible.
And then let's see how many of his he ain't posting on his thing. Nothing right here. That's
done.
3.
Yeah. Done.
I mean, you know. So I mean, that's just basic shit. That's not even that. Let's go to your website.
What's his website looking like?
You know, I'm going there. Garbage.
Wow.
It's ancient of days.
Damn, they got the GoDaddy clip background. That background image, I think I built the site on GoDaddy like when it's 17 years ago or something. Oh wow, that's how his site looks for real?
Yep, on mobile. Wow. So besides obvious issues, then on top of the guy's got a form that looks like this crap right here. You got this crap. None of this. This is not going to be mobile friendly. Now, this would be one of those sites I say, listen, that Vital Core crap is going to affect your ass. You know, so.
What was this, Brent? William, where was that guy in the pack?
He was like number 10.
Okay.
He might not even be number 10 once he let's go to GT metrics and then we'll go to one other one. But I mean, we'll do a live audit on this real quick and we'll go from there and see, but I could do this all day long, this sort of thing. I mean, then if you really wanted to, you probably almost guarantee the guy don't have a G stack or any of that stuff. I mean, we're just talking about basic stuff.
No way.
I mean, then you could go.
No way.
Well, you could probably see it, right? If you go URL site :/ in front of it, it'll show you.
Then we can go to schema. And these are all things I normally do, just basic tests. So he's got a B.
Not bad.
I mean, not bad at all, but your site ain't even in the top fucking 3.
Go to the waterfall.
Huh?
Go to the waterfall. Performance structure. No, you just missed it. Go up a little bit.
Yep.
It goes summary performance. Go over to waterfall.
Yeah.
It probably just has one picture of the place. Go down. Scroll down. Oh yeah, it's that first load.
Yeah.
So it's not bad. It's easy to fix.
Yeah. But then you go to schema, he ain't got no damn schema. Wow. None. 0. Nothing. Not even local. This is not even basic schema.
Not even an auto SEO plugin schema.
I mean, I can give let's go over here and look at some of these other guys.
Right click and go to source and see if he's even got a SEO plugin.
Let's go over here and see if what he's got.
You should be able to just
he's using WordPress. He ain't got nothing.
No?
Nothing. Nada.
Then in the grand scheme of things, he's doing pretty well because he's on page 1. He's got nothing.
He ain't got nothing. I was about to say that too. I was about to say, somebody call him up tomorrow. It's an easy client. Sell him on a website and a GMB package, baby. Let's go.
I mean, this is bad. I mean, bad. I mean,
That's
look,
an
I
old
mean,
site.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, okay, we could go. Let's look at someone that's actually ranking in the top
Yo,
3.
was that Flash? Was that little red Sprinter van? Like, was that like Flash?
Old
Wow.
school.
Damn.
Now let's go to this one and say what's different about this guy. He's still not, I mean, I can still look at weaknesses at the top 3. So for instance, let's see, he's got 183 reviews. He is responding to them. Even his negative one, he's responding. He's not responding to every one of them. So
What do you respond to as negative?
On his negative,
yeah, we talked about it earlier. It'd be interesting to see what.
Hi Shannon, we appreciate the feedback. Blah blah blah. He didn't use any. He uses no keywords and he uses no area, no geo.
Yeah.
Then we go down here and only 2 questions. Did he answer them? No, didn't even answer them. There's another weakness. So let's go down here. And he's not posting no GMB posts, and he's not he's got 2 paragraphs on this. 750 words is a hell of a lot more than that. So let's go to the website. We could look at that. I can check his schema, and see what he's doing. He might be actually doing something right. That might be one reason he may be in the top. There's other ways to get to the top, but these are things you look at and you go, okay, for instance.
Is Bullseye a franchise, do you know?
Oh, likely. No. We'll see.
Oh, he's just got 2 phone numbers.
They have one near me, but the logo's different.
But, yep. So he's blocking it. So I can almost guarantee you with this that he's got some black hat bullshit going on in here.
How dare he?
How dare he have it? But he actually has some good, he has some content. And I look at different things. He's got some service pages set up for plumbing, Havoc air condition. Let's see if he's actually doing this.
Yeah, let me check one.
Yeah, go deep on that one.
So he's got good content. Let's see, not much content, but I would still do things a little bit different. And he's got his URL set up for service area, and he's got his URL structure right. And he's got a nice little embed going on here. Let's see what type of embed he's got. Nope, that's not even an embed. This is just straight up image. So let's look at this. I mean, he's
not bad. Not
horrible.
All right.
Definitely doing better than all the other people we saw.
Now, if you look at this and grab,
looks like a decent silo too. I would throw that in Screaming Frog, and then if we were really looking at it and see all the links.
Then you could go, for example, how much content he has. You could select all his quote unquote content on this page and go, let me see how much content he actually has. Go word counter plus. And it has 745 words. Not bad. I would be doing about 1,500, but that's just me. But that's enough. I'm pretty sure that's enough. I mean, so let's see. Yep. Am I doing unique schema for each and every page we do? Hell to the yes. I don't just take schema and flop it across the entire website. I might not be a pick mine, please. Drop your link in the comments and I'll do a live audit for you and we'll go over it with y'all. But yeah, schema is unique on every single page. Give you an example of what our schema looks like. So let's go back to this. Yeah, this guy won't. Let's go back here. So schema overall, you got to set it up. I might not be a brain scientist like, smart genius or whatever, but our schema is about 40 to 60 pages worth per page, per service. So it's pretty crazy. I'm waiting for this to load up. So for example, this is what our schema would look like. This is your typical image schema, nothing fancy there. Your local business schema. This is local. or on and on and on and on and on and on and on. So that's just local creative work, on and on and on. So person, on and on and on. I mean, it's pretty in depth. So it's not your mama's schema, if you will. So
You're not getting it from Yoast.
no, you're not getting it from Yoast or a simple plugin. So, but yeah, you guys are awesome, Matthew. He's one of my clients and / rank and rent partners. So
Thank you, sir.
this guy's saying, "Pick me."
Yeah, did he want us to look at his GMB?
Drop your GMB if you want us to look at it, but I need you to drop it in the comments. I'm not a mind reader.
Hey, Will, just curious. Where do you see the comments? Is that like on Facebook?
It's in Facebook and it's in the studio. You can't see them because you're not in the studio. I mean, you're in the studio, but you're not the editor. Here we go. They gave it to us. So it's premium removals. So let's go here.
Instagram?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what you trying to give me, because that's not a CID or anything like that. That's a short name, probably.
Oh, okay.
Stay at premium removals. Premiumremovals.com.au. 1 for yes, 2 for no. I need to know because that's what I'm seeing. I'm pretty sure it is. You're in Surfer's Paradise. Yep, that's definitely you. As soon as you said mate, I knew it was you. All right, so this is this guy's GMB, if you will. So number one, I like the fact you got you got your keyword in your business title. If it was me, I would have put my location in it, but that's just me. Are you responding? Nope. You need to respond to your reviews, and when you are responding, it's just, "Hi, Paul. Thanks for this amazing review. We're glad to know your move was performed smoothly by our friendly staff." So you did use the word move, but I would type in a much longer response and more keywords and geo information, stuff like that, right? Let's see.
Maybe just if everyone thinks about reviews, it's not about the review to the person, negative or positive. It's a discussion with the person that's reading the reviews. And if you go in with that mentality, you're telling every person that's reading the review what's your business. It's your long description, but you're using it as the introduction. So don't think of it as replying to the person. Reply to the person reading, and that might give you a better pattern on when you're doing it. Same with negative. It's not about writing it to the guy. You already made the mistake. Don't make more mistakes. Tell how you're going to fix the mistake for all the people that are reading it next.
So then we got your products. You only have 3. I would fill that thing in, optimize it as much as possible. You have no Q&As.
Can we go just one quick? Go to the site. Are those products based on the navigation of the site?
Likely not.
Is that I mean?
Nope. Yeah, he's literally this. I mean, honestly, it could get into your site too. So let's see what type of. We could see what type of site it is, but what the?
So just to my point is that though, try and mimic your URLs or your website navigation with your GMB navigation, meaning we talked a lot about mirroring early within the site, but you want a silo or a stack in between your site and your GMB, because again, earlier in the discussion, we were talking about how you need to define those keywords in Google Search Console and analytics, and that will make sure that they're on both. And if you can make sure they're on both, then it becomes 2 entities matching together to give you overall authority.
Like on this page, you only have 471 words. If I click on services.
Yeah, so Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, it's literally it's literally you don't have that much content whatsoever.
Yeah, this whole site needs to be done or fluffed out.
Like this, your menu's not sticky. What I mean by sticky, your menu up here is not following you. You do have this quick quote over here in this thing, this right here, with your messenger, which is cool. But then, even those, most people don't want to chat with somebody. They want to call. And I want to fill out a form. I want to call your header. Okay, where the fuck am I country moving to? Where am I at? You say right here it says Gold Coast and Brisbane, but why isn't that put in your H1? What's included on the price? On what price? Moving price. And I used to do movers, so I could tell you it's a very competitive industry, and I've, ranked my damn geogrids. We dominate areas we come into for moving. I'm doing one right now on a national level in the States. So, yeah, I mean, if I look at that, for instance, let's go back to the GMB. I mean, that's just some basic website stuff, but, you're not doing your Q&As here. If I look at this, you have Sunshine Coast, which is awesome. You have your geo stuff here. Let's see how many times you use the word moving. Removalist, you got it once. Removal company, that's better. Removal companies, you got twice. You got moving, that's 3. This is much better. This right here is much better, but think of it this way. You still only using 2 paragraphs, and I could put probably about another 10 paragraphs in here. You are posting on Google. How many posts are we doing? I think you're in my class, probably. Are you in my class? Which one is this? But you're still not doing some of the things. Let's see here. There's some things we still got to do here. Yeah. So there's some things here. If you're not in my class or not doing, you should be doing, which is and Google hates some of this stuff I'm going to tell you, is like, they don't want you putting links in here. Obviously because it works. I would also put my name, address, phone number in here, which you're also not going to be doing. NAP information, a hyperlink to your website. And most of them you're not doing. I have a feeling you might be in class, or we might just, started, because this is going to your Google local place or local.google place. So that's, I don't know, that's going over to another listing. So that's decent, but you need to be consistent with it. But those are some things you could be doing or should be doing. Yeah, no, really, I had someone doing GMB signed with you a week ago. That's what I thought. I figured that because we probably already about to start doing this stuff. So, but yeah, when we go in there and actually do your GMB optimizations, we'll be putting Q&As. We'll actually be doing your GMB posts and doing them the way I do it. Only time I don't put links and stuff in GMBs like that anymore is because obviously Google hates that shit. And they actually did an update not even probably 2 weeks ago where they said stop putting links inside the GMB posts. And I told them, said, well, as long as I can get away with it, I'm going to get away with it. Because if Google's saying stop it, that's because it works.
So I'll put that out there. I know for Michael and I, some client work, there was a massive hit to traffic in the last 2 weeks, GMB.
Yeah, they did an update in which basically they don't want you doing a GMB post that way. And let me see if I'll pull up one of my clients and show you Google My Business and show you the way a post should be done.
Did you notice the one that you're going to show us? Did you notice a dip in traffic last 2 weeks?
That one's a brand new site, so okay. I wouldn't have noticed it. Give you, let's see. I'm looking. Y'all can keep talking while I'm looking here, man. So here's how, if you will, how I would set up a GMB post if you wanted to actually see a good GMB post. So I got several things going on here. This is for roof repair. So They're wanting to get ranked for very first words I use. Roofing contractors, Las Vegas. I use roof repair, homeowners, the location. I have the NAP information in it, and then the learn more is going straight to what page do you think it's going to? Roof repairs. I siloed the content the way it's supposed to be, and not all the time do we put the name, address, phone number in here. Sometimes we can get away with it, sometimes we can't. If we can't get away with it, we won't do it. So,
well, if you don't mind, right? What just because I have like anal OCD, bro. One little thing that I've noticed really does help, right? Like if that image said instead of roof repair, it should say that main first keyword. It should be congruent.
Yeah, roofing contractors.
Which on the other post I noticed you did. So I just want to point that out for people looking. You know, and when you do them GMB event posts that my partner loves so much, right? You know, the title, I think it's the title of it, and then in the description, it has to be the same. Just like when you do a video citation, right? Like, make sure everything is the same, right?
That's why I tell people like Chris Palmer when he does his videos, is like, we're going to be talking about GMB post today. GMB post
3 times.
That's right. GMB
Google my business,
post,
aka GMB.
Yep, that's why he does it. It works. And then most people, you go to the videos and you see like videos you post, they're translating it because most people actually when they're working have the sound off. So they're translating that in text for you, so all that matters. He said, thank you guys for checking. You're welcome. We might have to do some of these often too. We'll go through some of these. Sure. Is there any way you can audit a random car accident lawyer in Los Angeles? All right, this will be the last one I'm going to do, but yeah, we'll go there. Los Angeles.
LA, big city of dreams.
If not, it's okay. Los Angeles.
Ask Justin, is he from LA? And if he is, has he had Roscoe's? Roscoe's waffle, bro.
Have you had Roscoe's? We want to know.
I'll fly over there this weekend just for some of that chicken, boy. I swear.
Accident lawyer in Los Angeles. Accident lawyer, Los Angeles. We have a place here called Los Angeles, but I tell people unless you're a party or a single dude or you might want to get robbed, it's kind of like same thing as Los Angeles. Nothing against Los Angeles, but you either going to be broke or make it rich. This is kind of the same place. You're either going to be robbed and have a good time, or you're going to have a good time and might still get robbed. So, all right, let me do a screen share for this guy. Hell yeah, I've been to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, bro. Went to LA one time, right? We was there for like less than a week, and I went there twice. I was eating that shit on the airplane back to New York, on the plane, me and my wife dipping our fingers in there. Oh, man.
All right, so you got 2 ads up here. And you notice this is, we can notice a couple of things. But he's got on-site services, available appointments, all this stuff. Let's take,
How long is that second title, Will? That second GMB?
Let's see.
Can you see the whole thing?
Well, look at the first one.
Oh, yeah. That's what I thought. And let me see the second one, because look at the niche. You already know how this niche is.
Oh, I report the shit out of all these people. I'll break out my competitive spreadsheet. And then go after some people's, but this is one of those areas I would like this craziness. Yeah, I go after that shit. Yeah, no, damn straight that ain't your business name right here. And that's why I tell people if you're going to do this stuff, you better make sure it's on your website. Better make sure it's your business name, and damn sure it ain't.
This guy here is a seasoned veteran, my friend. Got the EMB.
Yep.
Got the spammy GMB title. I'm liking what I see so far.
Oh, I love it. You see how much content this bro has?
This is probably somebody I know. I promise you, it's probably on my Skype contact
lawyers. Ellen Richards trial lawyers. How many word count he got? Oh, only 7,400.
Yep.
So he knows what he knows what the hell he's doing. If I was going to copy anybody, it'd be this guy right here. I wouldn't touch shit till I copied it. He's only got 21 reviews.
Was that the
21.
second site you were looking at, or the first?
No,
one?
that's the first. That's the
That was
first
the
one.
first one. Okay.
Go
He's
look at
got
his reviews.
21 reviews. He
Yeah.
is responding to them. Los Angeles personal injury case.
Yeah.
He's one of us.
You know, Los Angeles personal injury firm. You see the consistency what this nigga's doing? So he knows what he's doing.
For sure.
Got his CID.
You know, you want a quick win is do exactly what we're doing right now is go into locksmith, garage door, or attorney and follow those top three. I don't care what city you go to.
Yeah,
but they know it's so competitive that if they're not
so competitive, they got to. Yeah.
And
you can learn a lot from
William. Yep, he has products, right?
Look at all his products. Look at all that shit.
One thing I would say for the person in this niche, like little things, right?
Look at this, bro. Look at
it. He's going in. Those images should have the main keyword for the service right on it, like a call to action. Like it would make them want to click on it, which then leads to that page of the website, right?
Yep.
Which is how I would do it. Is there a learn more that leads to the page?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yep.
It leads to construction site accidents. It leads it right to what he's trying to rank for. So, I mean, this is one of those ones you look at and you're like, I need to duplicate this shit. He's got some Q&As.
He's answering his Q&A. He got GMB posts. I don't see no posts.
Let's see. Yep. He's got posts too. He's not doing them the way I do them, but click.
He's not posting
link.
often at all. Wow. Okay. No. That's interesting.
And it's really garbagey type posts. So
he's got monster content on his site though.
Yeah, just on his site alone, the content.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's where I would tell you, you don't necessarily need links to rank as long as you're quote unquote doing your content. Look at how much content.
Look at his silo. Wow. Yeah.
I mean, not as much as the second one, but he's still got content. He's got his map embed here. Let's see if he's got it on his contact page. He's got it on his contact page everywhere. So, I mean, he's doing some things right. So, this is one of these people. Let's go locksmith. Because I've worked in locksmith. I work in towing. All these places. I worked in how I really got a lot of my experiences in pain management facility and marijuana clinic. You want to talk about some freaking competitiveness? And we beat out in the area the top, I think 5 hospitals. We beat out all of them with our budget, which I know wasn't $1 million damn budget. LA Best Locksmith.
LA Best Locksmith. URL LA Best Locksmith. Please take note, people, because I'm like the EMD is life hashtag. You're gonna see it on my page a lot.
And you know what the name of the website is? LA Best Locksmith.
Yeah, straight EMD.
Best Locksmith is in. No, that shit don't work though, bro. No, it don't work.
Check out the service page. It'll be mirrored to the GMB too.
You got it.
Yeah.
He knows what the hell he's doing. And this is, I mean, people complain about this shit, but they know what they're doing all the damn time usually. Let's go inspect. What do you know? He's got a sticky menu, but I don't like this.
Yeah,
I would put the phone number.
He lost me on that. Yep. As soon as you started scrolling, he messed up.
Yep. So let's go back to his GMB. You know, I would suggest an edit, but I'm not going to be mean.
Don't do that.
Let's see if he's got how many pictures he's got. He's got actual pictures of actual locksmith shit going on. That's awesome.
That super helps. Yep.
Looks like they're local too, right? They're probably geolocated.
Yep.
Something we haven't talked about too is 360 image with a Google verified photographer. If you have access to that, that's definitely a bonus to put on your GMB.
Yeah, I just have one. He's actually doing because I told you Mike knows I'm done rewriting my book and adding in chapters, and then I'm actually getting he does boudoir photography. Mm-hmm. Anybody knows what boudoir photography is, but the picture on the front is going to be a nice lady in a black hat with a black mask. So, because I'm going after, going But yeah. And he's posting. He's posting every. So this is posted 2 days ago. He's got his learn more. Where is his learn more going? Locksmith. Ah, you dirty bastard! I knew it. Okay, so he's got his image in here. He's not putting, he's not doing some things I would do, but overall, let's say he goes to his website here, but then guess where he goes here? He goes and does a Google search. Let's click on that. Oh, what's it do? It does a Google search to dial the damn number.
Oh, wow. He's got a manipulated URL in there, huh?
Take some fucking notes. This goes to Locksmith Los Angeles and puts in his CID, puts in his call number, everything. Open link in a new tab. Let's go. Or copy link address. This is what he's actually getting right here. He's doing a search. This
is how you learn shit and reveal things, guys.
Right here we go. Here, this is what he's doing. He did a Google search for Los Angeles, did the whole thing, shit and shebang, and then does a deep link to call the actual number, man. I'm gonna say, this is one of them files I think I need to drop in the back into the group. Phone.
Yeah, I was gonna say drop that
call.
To me too.
I mean, these are things y'all need to see this stuff. But then let's say it goes down to here. He does Locksmith. He does his website. Well, what do you know? He does a damn another Google search to the phone number. Another one.
Oh, that's gonna be the SOP. I could already see it, and it looks like he does it both on the same day. Notice that as well. Every 2 days or so.
Especially when you're in one of the whenever you're in a really like niche like that, you have to do some of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this guy got me interested now.
Yeah, that was
I'm gonna have to dig up some and let me go in some auditing and some spyglass shit.
LA best locksmith. So funny because I was gonna say before we started with this long ago, before I even understood much about SEO, someone told me if you want to know what's working and what's going to work for a while, go look at locksmiths in big cities, and whichever GMBs are still around, they doing something right, really right, because it's so hard to have longevity in that niche.
Yeah, especially in that niche.
Reporting, you know what I mean? So that's a good example. It looked like he'd been around at least a year with that website from what I saw from the posts.
His schema is not that great, but with everything else he's doing, it probably doesn't need to be. But it's decent. It's just typical schema. So it's not on his schema, he ain't doing it, but he's doing some other show. He's got 310 backlinks. What type of backlinks are we talking about? Nothing special. Let's see how much is in link. Nope, his in link ain't that good. His backlinks aren't that good. See, and you look at this shit, and this is why I tell people you don't really have to have backlinks. You don't. As long as you're doing some of the other stuff right, you don't have to have it,
Yeah, I agree.
But that's just that one thing.
Metrics is, if I could leave it on one thing, I don't pay attention to metrics. I got a site that's fucking killing it, bro, and I was about to order links from a friend of mine, right, just to boost the trust flow. And he goes, "Yo, Mike, I thought you said you were killing it with this site." And I was like, "I am." And he goes, "So why you want to boost the trust flow? Why you gonna send links to it?" And I was like, "I don't know, actually." And he was like, "I'm not." He's like, he refunded me. He was like, "I'm not doing it." Trust flow 0, bro.
Yep.
Killing it.
Yeah, I had someone the other day. They're talking about trust flow and DA, and I told them, said one of the reasons why I tell people I don't trust any of it is the sheer fact that it's very easily manipulated. Mm-hmm. Anything that's very easily manipulated like that, I don't think is really that big of a factor. It's like now, if you have good trust flow, this is where I'd say different. If you got a good trust flow, high DA, and you have traffic, that's different. Now, if you have high trust flow, high, good DA, because I could turn someone into like 30, 40, 50 damn DA in, a few days. It's not a matter. Now, if you got traffic, now that's totally different. Than someone that's just got some stupid, I got DA of this, I got trust flow of this. you know. So we've been on here a bit. We've been on for an hour and 20 minutes. We could wrap this up. If yes, do a deep audit for the elite group. So I've done some audits. What I'll probably start doing, we'll start doing some audits once a week or something like that. I'm going to do some free audits once in a while, but my paid audits are $500. So, and then with that, we give them a roadmap and basically say, do this, 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 this. And if you want me to implement it, then it's about $1,000. So, but yeah. Drop it. Stop giving my competitor CTR. Haha, just kidding. That's his competition. Justin was, I knew it. Just kidding. These guys are hard to beat, and thank you. Matthew
Hey, Justin,
Moses.
if that's your competition, right? Do everything they're doing, right? Better, and then more, right? Once you match in what they're doing next week, we'll be here a week after that, right? And we'll fucking help you through the journey, so you can pop up there with them. It could be done. I don't know where you are, how far along you are, right? But if you're anywhere close and you keep showing up and asking us, I think we're all again. It's going to become a personal interest to help you get up there. So
I'm already interested.
Yeah, just match what they're doing.
Drop it. Yeah, if you really wanted us to, what we could do as well, I'll have to think about how to do this because I don't want to do too much. But if you really wanted us to look at your stuff, you could always give us message me on Facebook, and we'll talk about maybe doing some edits to it live. Let's see. I'm going to ask a couple more questions, and then we'll go off here. It's another student, Gary Paulson. How did the locksmith put a link into the call now button? It's a Google search. That's all it really is. It's a Google search with keyword and phone number. Like you can literally go, for instance, let's say, let me look up some locksmiths and I'll tell you. Locksmith Los Angeles. And let's say his business name was this one right here, which is LLLA. Locksmith Los Angeles, California, and his phone number is the phone number. It's the same way you do your driving direction shit, really. You know, it's the same thing. I'm doing a Google search versus everything else, you know.
You're not sharing your screen. I don't know if you think you are.
No, not yet.
Okay, I have my mic mic'd. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay, bro. And the phone number, I mean, you just hyperlink it. You know, so, but we'll go over all that. What I'm thinking about doing is maybe doing a, let's do this real quick. So, like driving directions, whenever Brent has went over it before, is another way we do things. So like driving directions and maps. You do variations of keywords. You can do variations of branding. Stuff like that. You can get their call button. You know, it's got listing details here too. I mean, it's all types of shit you can do. Most people just link to the website, which is not how you want to do it. So, I mean, there's all types of things you can do besides what most people think they should be doing, you know? So I copied that, and I will definitely be, keeping that little file because that's a golden nugget, you know, most people don't see. Any other questions? Let's see what else we got here. All right, we're going to get off here, Gary. I will go over some more of that next week. We'll maybe do some more audits next week. It's been good having you guys on here as always. We got the Green Goblins.
Green Grid Goblins.
Green Grid Goblins.
That's the new gang we started.
Was it the Grid Geeks?
Yeah, word. CTR Geeks, and then that's a little gang I want to start with no leader, right? There is no Green Grid Goblin.
Y'all got JP in there, right?
It's just the
JP,
Green Grid Goblin gang. Well, I'm gonna try. I hope so. JP is a beast.
Yeah, he's a ninja for sure.
Yeah, Jordan's a ninja. So,
Yeah, hell
all
yeah.
right, you guys. I will talk to y'all soon. It's good having you on and everything. And we'll see
Thank
y'all
you.
next time.
Remember,
Same place.
test and implement. Don't talk, buy, fucking do the shit. That's the only
Yep.
way you're gonna find out if it works or not, is to do it.
Take action.
Yep. Correct. Y'all have a good one, man.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Thank you. Thanks,
Peace out.
everybody.